Evans' three-point shot.
It's a powering shot, baby.
The following is a production of the Rough Rider broadcast team, a presentation of Watlington and Shires Productions. Welcome, everybody. We are here at the first banquet of the year. It's for volleyball and for cross country. So many people are involved with football and cheerleading. They decided to break that up into fall sports. And you're seeing towards the end of our dinner time here, we have some families and have most of the volleyball team, most of the cross country team here. Looking forward to some awards for two really surprisingly good seasons. Of course, you know, these two sports kind of stay under the radar because they share space with football. So doing a little bit of spending a little time recognizing their accomplishments, as you know, the cross-country team's always good, and the volleyball team much improved this year. So excited about them. We're going to hear from, another reason we do this is a chance to say thank you to all the sponsors over the course of the fall. And the one sponsor we have that we kind of in our back pocket when we do these kinds of special indoor things is Payne's Homeware and such like. Lacey and Josh very gracious with that. So we'll hear from them, and we'll be right back with more of the beginning of this first banquet of the year. Hey everybody, I think you saw the ads. I'm not sure you heard the ads. So Payne Homeware and such like, what a great idea in this last week for Christmas. I mean, Christmas is a week from today. This is your chance to go by there and find some really extraordinary gifts for the lady in your household, and for really some of the things for the kitchen for everybody in the household, as well as some great toys for the toddlers in the house. Thank you, Payne's Homeware and such like. And Sabine State Bank, this is on Monday night. If we weren't doing a banquet, we would be having the last Coach Rick Meeks show of the year, live from the pizzeria. So Sabine State Bank is kind of sharing the title sponsorship here with Payne's Homeware and such like, and hope that when you guys are watching this recording later to see, you know, either a replay of your child getting an award, or you know, you grandparents who aren't here seeing it for the first time, that you will see the ad and remember the generosity of the sponsors that have made all these sports possible all year long. Okay, Coach Spikes, the world's greatest name for a volleyball coach, has really improved the performance and the outcome and the results of the volleyball team. In one season, they went from almost competitive, almost getting there, to getting there. And the results were, well, drastic. And Coach G, who is the soccer coach, but he's also the cross-country coach, and you kind of see them over there, kind of a long way away from us at that table. His group always does well, and he had one runner that made it to state, represented us in the state meet. So we have, you know, not a lot of people to recognize, but we have a lot of quality to recognize in a relatively small quantity. Of course, we always thank Azalea Orthopedics across the Northeast Texas Sports Network. They are a presenting sponsor for everything that's done for all centers broadcast, and Chapel Hill, Brook Hill, a lot of different schools throughout the Northeast. Okay, we're going to hear now from some of those sponsors, and when we come back, if we time it right, we'll start the banquet, and Coach Meeks will be here. By the way, Stephen Shires is not with me today, but Scarlett Shires is, and she's doing all the button pushing and all the technical stuff, and I'm just sitting here running my mouth. So thank you, Scarlett, as always, for your excellent work. We'll come back with the sports fall banquet here in just a moment. Rough Rider football brought to you in part by Sandy Cox State Farm, Shelby County's good neighbor. Joe's Car Wash, the easy and convenient way to keep it clean. And McAdams Propane, get it cooking and keep it warm with McAdams. Post-game show brought to you in part by Center Tire Company. Keep your car on the road. By Rough Rider Oil and Lube and Bob's Pawn Shop. Back in the riders all the way. And Shelby Veterinary Associates, because your pet is part of your family. Okay, back here at the awards banquet, we were kind of guessing as to when the actual awards would start. Let me kind of give you an idea of who's here. There is a couple of parents. There are some ladies. There's a table full of about 3 sets of parents. And another, that's a big sister and a dad. And then way across the way, that's the traditional administrators in the back table, principal and assistant superintendent. And then down where you see Coach standing, there are 2 tables full of families and players. And then over to the side, there's cross-country runners over there. And it doesn't look like many people. This is a huge place. There's only about 3 people missing from each team.
Yeah,
so
the problem is
they almost have a complete,
yeah, which was my fault. My
it's a
bad.
big deal.
I did that.
But they have, I'm almost at 100% attendance, but
Other than that,
numerically, there's just not a whole lot of them. And that's good.
I
It means
first-
they get
I
a little
only
bit of
now
extra
realized
special attention,
that
which,
they're all
they deserve. When you share space with football in East Texas, that is not easy to do. I want to say thank you for the football sponsors, including our halftime sponsors. Every halftime through the Center Rough Riders and into the playoffs when we were covering Timpson and Shelbyville and Garrison and others. Aurora Concepts was our halftime sponsor, along with Deb's Boutique on the Square and Bounds Insurance. They were our band sponsors and chaparral sponsors. East Texas Auto Motor brought us our halftime analysis, and of course Borders Poultry Supply up close and personal. This is their 25th year to do that, I think, where we would usually try to have a interview with a player or a coach to get a little behind the scenes look into what's going on. And the sign shop as well. Those were our halftime sponsors, and we appreciate them a bunch. I've just gotten the thumbs up from Coach. We're about ready to start. So you see up there some of the assistants getting ready to hand out awards. And there is Coach. So in just moments we'll be started. I'll stop running my mouth so that you can hear what's important. Since he walked over, there he goes, back to the podium.
Good evening. I want to welcome everybody. Thank you for being here tonight as we honor our boys and girls cross country team and our Lady Rider volleyball team. And we're going to kick things off tonight with Coach Martinez talking through boys and girls cross country and our awards.
Hello everyone, thank you so much for being here today. I just want to give a quick thanks to everyone who organized this spotlight and this banquet for our young student athletes to touch base on such a great season that we had. I will be calling up our student athletes together, both boys and girls. I want to spotlight them by part of our culture, which is the pillars that we try to uphold every single day, which have helped us to achieve day in and day out the small goals that we try to build on. So, and prior to that, I just want to also let you know we had a very special season with one of our athletes reaching all the way to the state meet. So it was a very special season this year. We're going to start with our commitment to ownership, which the commitment to ownership is the two pains of discipline and the pain of regret. Are you going to own up to every action that you set forth on your day-to-day to try and achieve the goal? And that is something that the following student athletes, in my eyes, exemplify very well. And we're going to start off with Guillermo Araujo. Juliana Garcia. And Jasmine Olivares. Our next pillar is our commitment to grit. This pillar, the best way we can explain is "so what, now what," which is a phrase that when everything goes wrong, what are you doing now? What is the next step that you are going to take to overcome the difficulties that involve in every aspect of what is competition, especially with cross country, when you feel like you're prepared and you train very well that whole week and you stack the miles on miles, but for whatever reason, you wake up that day and you have that feeling like something is off. So what are you going to do now? You ran the miles, you were up at 6 o'clock in the morning every single day. So the phrase in turn is "so what, now what?" And that consists of Eric Hidalgo, Edwin Rodriguez Moreno, Cynthia Suaste, and our next pillar is our commitment to being a blessing. And these two student athletes were unable to be here today, but I want to spotlight them because of they do not think of themselves throughout the process. It's always, how can they help? Kevin is probably one of the young men that I've only had probably 2 or 3 conversations the whole 4 years of his athletic career, but he is always looking forward to help. And the other one is Denise Carabel, which she is actually our trainer, but she's always looking out to help and be that small light that we sometimes need, even throughout the meets. Like, she's looking to throw water at you or hand you a bottle of water and be there at the end to pat you and just tell you that you did a great job. And our next pillar is relationships, our commitment to connectivity, and the phrase that we use is "keep planting grass, don't pull weeds." Be intentional every day, connecting with your teammates and learning something about each other is something very important, which builds understanding throughout the days with your teammates and being as well a helping hand. That would be Omar Barcenas, and Kevin Maldonado. And our last pillar is our commitment to our process. See a little, see a lot, see a lot, see nothing. So it's trusting the process of everything that we do throughout our days, which helps us at the end of the day to become better. After building all our pillars, trusting the process holds the same amount of weight that as ownership, as being a blessing, as grit, and as connectivity. And these two guys exemplify that. And it's Daniel Flores. Salman Osman. And Sofia Rodriguez Moreno. And now our special award for our young man who made this season a very special one with all his achievements. He finished first in some of the most difficult meets throughout the season, which were the Jacksonville meet, the Coca-Cola Classic, where he faced against some 5A schools, and then also the cross-country meet at Longview. But the most and of course, the cross-country meet that we had at the golf club here in Center, at the country club, I should say. And that is Solomon Osman, and he was our finalist for the cross-country meet in state. Thank y'all so much for your time, and one more round of applause for these young men and women for such a great season. Thank y'all.
Impressive, especially for Solomon. We hope to talk with him when we are through with the whole evening. For certain, want to kind of talk with him. Let's hear from Payne's Hardware and Homeware and Such. We'll be right back.
The Big Red Hardware Store, Pain and Pain Hardware and such like. Those were good days. But the Big Red the kids from Melissa and Doug, Josh and Lacey Payne invite you home and such like.
Gaddy's Medical Supply is your one-stop shop for all your medical supply needs.
Jack Allen, where's my ankle wrap stuff for my sore ankle?
Your ankle wrap or your Kinesio wrap?
The old guy wrap.
Ah, the ankle wrap. It's in the top bathroom drawer.
Okay, thanks.
If you are recovering from an illness or an injury, Gaddy's Medical Supply can offer you the support you'll need.
Jack Allen?
Yeah?
Where did I put the raised toilet seat?
Check behind the door?
Right.
From crutches to canes to chairs, Gaddy's Medical is there for you.
Behind which door?
The hall bathroom, Dad?
Okay.
Okay, take care of yourself or someone you love with Gaddy's Medical Supply.
At Sabine State Bank, you have a lot of things going for you. It's a small office, so everybody knows you by name.
And I wanted to thank everyone for coming out and supporting our girls. This season was an incredible season. We went through multiple trial and errors. The girls had to accept a new coach, and coming back from a hard season that they had last year, it's hard. It's hard to accept not only one new coach, but two new coaches on top of that, and then making sure that we're able to compete and still hold together through an entirely long season, and make sure at the end of the season all of our girls have not killed each other. We start in August and we go all the way through. We ended up playing 39 games, so that's a lot. And we fell short a couple. We ended up ending our season 15-24, which was a huge success for us because we were only shooting for 5 wins this season. So I'm super proud of y'all for that. As Coach G had said earlier, our program is based off of the pillars, and me and Coach Henny and Coach L sat down and we took each pillar that built our team and the player that built that team, or was an example of that pillar to help build our team. The first one I would like to give out is our ownership award. And if you know how the beginning of the season went, Mickey was a starter setter for the past 3 years. And Mickey didn't start. Mickey didn't touch a court for probably 15 games. Hudson stepped up, I asked Hudson to do it, and at the end of the day, Mickey had every opportunity to quit. She had every opportunity to walk away from this program and to say, I'm done. But a kid showed up, she worked hard every day, she still fought for her position, and ended up getting to come back and finishing our season as our setter. Ownership award will go to Micaiah Cartwright. She took full responsibility for the one's performance, actions, and development. It involves a proactive and accountability mindset where the athlete actively seeks to improve, where she learns from her mistakes and recognizes the impact of her choices for their team. Congratulations, baby. Our next pillar that we have is grit. And this goes to Gabby Wisnett. She's currently not here. She's got a tooth knocked out from basketball practice today. So she's at the ER. So say a small prayer for her this evening. Grit is the combination of determination and resilience in the face of challenges, setbacks, and adversity. It's the ability to maintain focus, work tirelessly and towards goals, and bounce back from failures. Gabby started our season off really hard this year. She lost her dad the first weekend we started. And for a kid to come back and play an entire season and play the way she did says a lot about a student athlete. Super proud of you, and I'm glad that I got the chance to have you this year. The next one we have is being a blessing. And if you know Gabby Rumley is our positive to everything. She was our blessing. She was positively impacting others within the team through the acts of kindness, support, and encouragement. She continued to uplift our teammates and contribute a positive attitude. She looked past the individual success of herself and actively promoted the well-being of others around them, creating a positive ripple effect within the team and beyond. Thank you, Gabby. Gabby Brumley. The next pillar that we have is relationships. Relationships is building healthy relationships, fosters a sense of unity, trust, and collaboration within our team, enhancing the overall experience and performance of our athletes. And the one that no matter what, even if she didn't want to come back the next day, Eddie Barnes made sure that everybody was happy and we all had a good relationship. So our relationship award goes to Eddie Barnes. Our process award. This athlete would come up to me every day after a game or after practice and was like, I don't understand. Where are we going with this? What are we doing? And at the end of the day, she saw the overall picture, and I'm super proud of her because at the beginning, she was a little on the rocky side, but the commitment and dedication demonstrates throughout the season and developmental journey, regardless of the outcome of the competition, emphasizes the value placed on the athlete's continuous improvement, hard work to the training process, and that's Lauren Cossey. As for our all-district awards, we'll start with we had 2 students this year that qualified for academic all-state team. They were honorable mention this meeting. They held a 90% or higher GPA during our season, and that was May Johnson and Gabby Wisnett. Come here, May. May also received first team all-district academic all district, and then all state honorable mention. May held our season together. If we didn't have a May, I don't know where we'd be. May ended the season with 428 kills, which is incredibly awesome and super proud, and I'm pretty sure she broke a school record this year. Congratulations, May.
Okay.
Second team all district freshman, Lauren Causey. We have academic all district, Gabby Ordaz. We have honorable mention all district, Mega Hyatt Cartwright. We have all district honorable mention, Michaela Patton. We have all district honorable mention, Fallon Mackey. And then we have second team all district, Hudson Wolf. We have a few more awards to give out this evening. Hudson actually received this year, we did an overall pillar award. This is a student athlete that hit every pillar, even she drove us all crazy. But she was always the go-to kid. As much as she would get down on herself, I knew that I could trust Hudson, and I knew that at the end of the day, she was going to pull through for me, and Hudson receives the 5-pillar award. Our last 3 awards that we are going to give this evening for my sport. We have the next student athlete will receive the Server of the Year award. Fallon Mackey had like a 98% serving percentage and only missed a serve when May was not on front row. I swear, the only time. And I don't know if it was May threatening her that she met her, but the only time we missed a serve was when May was on wasn't on front row. So, but Fallon held us in the game too. If we were serving and I knew Fallon was up, I knew we were about to make a run. With May on front row, Fallon serving, we were golden. So congratulations, kid. We have our defensive MVP for our libero, Lauren Causey. Lauren was our libero this year and did a wonderful job. There was not many balls that actually touched the ground. She was on the hustle and bustle all the time, and I'm super proud of you, Lauren. Okay. We have our offensive MVP, and this one is, I was told I couldn't give every award to her, so we went with the best one for 428 kills, and that comes to May Johnson. And then our last award is our Lady Rider MVP. Hudson had multiple occasions where she could have bailed on us, and she could have left us, and she didn't. She stuck it through. She was, like I said, drive us crazy a couple times. Okay. But for the overall most improvement, learning to grow and how to become a great teammate would be Hudson Wolf for our Lady Rider MVP. Thank you to everyone who came out tonight. Thank you to everyone who has helped put this together, who has supported us along the way. I'm super excited to see where we go in the future with our volleyball program. And I hate to see my seniors leave, but we're excited to see where we go. Thank you.
And there you go. Those are the awards of the two sports. We now have our athletic director coming up for closing remarks. I want you to stick around when it's over because we're going to talk to the MVP of both sports and both coaches and a little bit.
A couple things real quick as we close.
Coach
I want to thank Ms. Tina Burns and our food service department for the meal and prepping and serving for us. Thank you very much. Also want to thank Chris Wallington and Stephen Shires. We broadcasted this tonight, so obviously we can go back. It'll be on our live feed YouTube channel that they have graciously given a lot of their time up this year as they broadcast a lot of our sporting events and the different things, so people can see that aren't able to attend, or you can go back and rewatch. Want to thank the coaches and the parents for their time in cross country and volleyball season. Parents are the ones that are inconvenienced the most, so thank you very much for working with us as we continue to grow our athletic department and our sports. So once again, thank you for being here tonight, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
And there you go, everybody. We will be right back with some interviews. With I think first up is going to be Coach G. He's already here, almost ready. We'll hear from Center Motor Company and Payne's, and we'll be right back.
The Big Red Hardware Store, Pain and Pain hardware and such like.
Center Motor Company. From whatever angle you look at it, you see Ford. Ford trucks, SUVs like the Bronco, and iconic cars like the Mustang. A legacy managed by Kevin Jones and created by Ray Jones. Center Motor Company on Hurst Street in Center. Oh, we look great. We look great. Come on up. Yeah, you're next. We have the cross-country folks. We start here. Of course, we're in the middle of soccer now, so
yes, sir.
This is kind of odd. How long has this season we just celebrated been over?
It's been over for a month, I think, if I'm not mistaken, give or take.
And that's, in your rearview mirror now, but we kind of bring it back out tonight to give some awards. Brag on these guys and ladies.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very successful season for us with Solomon Osman making a showing at the state finals, which was very impressive to me. And, I definitely am very proud of him.
Sure.
Throughout the season, I mean, we had a great season. We finished first place in 4 out of our 8 meets.
So half the team finishes first?
Correct. Yes, sir. Yeah, and I think Solomon ended up finishing out of the 6 meets. He finished first place. Out of the 8, he finished first in 6 of the meets.
So 3/4 of them, he wins.
Oh, yes.
Half of them you win as a team.
Yes.
That's a pretty good year.
Oh, yeah, it's very impressive to be able to do that with such a competitive field that is for a cross country.
Well, we're fixing to talk to Solomon. Tell us, just kind of introduce him.
Well, Solomon Osman is a senior. It's his first year really running cross country. Yes.
That's a shame.
Exactly. That's what I told him. But he set himself out to achieve what he achieved. Obviously, everybody wants to win the top prize, but he set certain goals. He was very disciplined in his nutrition, in his rest and recovery.
You have to.
And yes, you definitely do. And especially with the first time that I saw him at the first meet when he ran, I was like, where were you at the last 3 years? But but I was very glad to have him, even if it was a year, because it showed that if you can set your mind to something, that you will achieve it. It's all about your discipline and the effort that you put forth. And
that grit that you talk about.
Yes, that grit, because after probably 300 yards, your whole body's telling you to stop. Yeah. And
after about 150.
Oh, I'd be right. Yeah, I might get a few more steps in, but still,
that's
it's a tough one. But Solomon, he pretty much came out of nowhere, and I kept asking him, "Are you gonna run? You gonna run?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna run. Can I run?" I'm like, "Yes." Like, come on, let's go see what it's about.
Sure.
And
let's hear. It won't hurt anything.
It's not gonna hurt nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, all I need is your time and dedication.
Well, we got folks to talk about standing in line. So Solomon, come on up. Thank you for the introduction,
yes,
Coach, and put on his headset. And sit right here in our where we can get you on camera because this is going out right now to almost a dozen people across the United States. But a lot of folks are going to be watching this later. He told me you're a senior. It's your first year to do this.
Yeah, this is my first year running cross country, and I was a senior, and I just tried it out. And
What made you decide to try this?
so I saw a lot of people running it, and then I said, let me try it. Since this is my last year,
Did you do any running before this? I mean, did you have any idea you were good at this?
No, not actually. All I did is just like run and for soccer, soccer conditioning. That's all the running I did.
Okay.
Yeah, but outside of that, I didn't do anything.
And when did you? At what point in the season did you go? Oh, I'm pretty good at this.
Actually, on the second meet. At the second meet, that's when I realized I can run and I can do a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will you think about? Will this be a part of your future? Will you run in college, or will you just run? Will you continue to run?
I'm still thinking about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still thinking
Well,
about
at the very least, back here at home,
Yeah.
every poultry festival on the Saturday of the festival, they have this 5K run.
Yeah.
You could dominate that.
Right. I might.
For the next 20 or 30 years.
Oh yeah. I'm do it.
Okay, great.
Yeah, just,
Well, it's good to meet you and visit with
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
senior who walked on and went to state. There's a movie there, at least a TV show.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I want to say one last
Okay,
thing
good.
before we leave. Even though that I did a lot, but I want to thank Coach G for everything. But
Sure.
without him, I would have been here today. He did a lot for me. He was always there for me, and he always said that he holds the door. But I say you did more than holding the
Yeah.
door because you guided me
That's
to
right.
state.
Coaches
Without
do
you-
way more than hold the
Yeah.
door.
So I want to thank him, and that's all.
That is awesome. Thank you
Yeah.
for your time. And
Right.
yes, I thank you, Coach G.
All right.
We've already heard from Center Motor Company, right? Let's hear from JBA now, who has all season long, before and after this, brings us our coach talk. We'll talk to a couple more coaches. We'll hear from them, and we'll talk to our MVP of the volleyball team. We'll be right back.
JBA Financial Services brings you Coach Talk, and there's a reason for that. John Black knows that when you're preparing for an important game, you need a plan, and they'd like to be a part of the details, the X's and O's of that plan. He's put together a good team, a coaching staff that would help you and your family get where they want to go. At JBA Financial Services, they're working to secure your family's future.
We're back here at the close of our fall banquet. Hudson, can you hear me better?
Yes, sir.
It's a lot better, isn't it? Yeah. Let me turn you on. Oh, I can hear you too? That's awesome. This is Hudson, who is the MVP of the volleyball team. Were you surprised by that?
Very.
And have you played volleyball since 7th grade, or is this, how many years have you been doing this?
Since 6th.
Okay. So you obviously like it.
Yes,
Tell
sir.
me about this new coach, Coach Spikes. She seems to me to be pretty cool.
Couldn't ask for a better one.
Okay, why? What makes her cool?
Well, she wants what's best for us, and she's fun at the same time. So.
She manages to be fun
Yeah.
and strict at the same time?
Yeah.
What was the best thing about the season as far as the actual volleyball? Was there a particular game or a particular practice where you thought, we might be pretty good?
Well, I don't know, but the senior game was really fun when we beat Chapel Hill.
Okay. Because you won more games before district than a lot of our teams in the
Yeah.
past have won all year.
We had a tough district this year.
Yeah, we really do. And in volleyball particularly, a lot of those teams started this summer thinking state championship.
Yeah.
Hard to get by them, but was Chapel Hill one of those teams?
I think they were the 4th seed, so they did go to the playoffs, but
Okay.
I'm not sure.
And you were able to beat them, a playoff team.
Mm-hmm.
That's just great. And you are a sophomore?
Freshman.
Oh, okay. So you're a freshman that won the MVP.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, no pressure next year. But it will be more your team next year. Do you look forward to next year?
Yes, sir.
When does volleyball start? When is your first practice?
Well, we have a spring and summer season before the actual
Oh.
season. Yeah.
Okay. So the freshmen next year, when will they join you?
Well, I don't know, but I think
Is
they
it
play
summer?
this. I think summer, yeah.
Okay. So I want you to look into the camera and play like you're talking to next year's freshmen, like
okay.
you're in the gym. And what would you want them to know about the center volleyball team?
It's a lot of fun, and you just got to work for what you want.
It's fun, but you got to work. All right, good deal. Thank you for your time, and hopefully we can do some of these games next year and broadcast them.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, Hudson.
You're welcome.
Our MVP of the volleyball season, and we wanted to talk to her coach, who is making her, well, she's still taking pictures. So we'll hear from Sabine State Bank, and hopefully by then we'll be ready to talk to our last folks today. Stick around. We'll be right back.
At Sabine State Bank, you have a lot of things going for you. It's a small office, so everybody...
Okay, so we are back live at the fall banquet for volleyball and cross country, and this is the first time we have spoken to this young lady right here all season, which is our fault. We didn't get to do any volleyball, and I hate that because the volleyball season was a good one. Hi, Coach Spikes.
Hey.
You've been told, I'm sure, a dozen times how awesome your name is for a volleyball coach.
It's the best there is.
Did that inspire you to go into it? I'm a Spikes.
Oh, no, that's why I just picked my husband.
Oh, that's how you picked him. Well, whatever works. That's great. So where were you this time last year?
School-wise? Mm-hmm. I was at Carlisle.
Okay. When you came here and you saw the team and their skill set and who all they were, what'd you think? I mean, the year turned out to be pretty good, but when you first meet them, what are your goals? What are you thinking? And did the year exceed your goals?
They did. They actually did. My girls were, when I first came in, they were very far behind, and partially that's because they've had a different coach every year for 6 years.
Right. Different
and
vocabulary every year.
It is. So whenever they have to learn a new coach and learn the new vocabulary and figure out who I am and my expectations for a program, it's really hard, and we butt heads a lot. So we butted heads a couple times throughout the season. But for the most part, overall, we came out on top.
Yeah.
So.
By the time you got to district, you'd won more games than a lot of the predecessor teams had won all year. At what point did you think, wow, we might be pretty good?
The second round of district, when we met Carthage, the coach came up to me afterwards and said, wow, Coach, y'all have come a really long ways. And I was like, man, maybe we really have come a long ways.
Good.
So, and then we kept going through district, and each coach would come up afterwards, and I was like, okay, we're going to be okay. We're going to make it.
When the bad guys say you're doing the right thing, then that might be all right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You have a big December and January ahead of you.
I do.
I mean, if we were to try to interview on by January 10th, you wouldn't be available.
I would not.
Well,
my goal is to be back from maternity leave when volleyball season starts again.
And I'm sure you will.
That's when I plan on it.
That's great. Well, it's good to. I mean, I've met you, but this is the first time I've gotten to visit with you, and we look forward to doing a lot more of that. And good luck to you in the spring.
Thank you. I'm excited. I'm ready to see what we have, and our upcoming freshmen it's gonna be a good little group for us. So
good.
We're building. We're working.
Of course, losing May.
I will never fill May's shoes.
She's turning out to be pretty good.
I wish I could have had her from her freshman year.
Yeah, sure.
She would have been. She was a game changer this year as a senior, but would have having her my entire season would have been.
Yeah.
Coaching or her whole high school career would have been game changer for her.
Okay.
So.
Well, thank you for being with us, and congratulations for this year.
Thank you.
And there you go. We'll be right back to wrap this up. We're going to hear from Wyndham Family Dental, and we'll be right back with Coach Meeks. It should be the Coach Meeks Show live from the pizzeria. Instead, it's Coach Meeks Show live from the cafeteria. So we'll be back and visit with him in just a second.
Hazel.
Excuse me?
Hazel, my mouth hurts.
What?
My tubes in my mouth.
Oh, you have a toothache.
Yes, a tubes ache.
Well, you need to take that toothache to Wyndham Family Dental. If it can be done in a big city practice, it can be done at Wyndham Family Dental.
Oh, well, thanks very much.
Welcome back, everybody. This will be our final segment, as really the it wasn't a big banquet with a lot of folks, so everybody's gone except for the broadcast team and the head coach and a couple of other folks. But Coach, welcome to the Coach Meeks Show. Oh, let me turn you on. Yeah,
there we go.
A different sort of Coach Meeks show, but
That's
a
right.
good one. These are two programs that are kind of, I don't know if the cross country is necessarily on the grow. They've already been good, but the volleyball that's on the grow.
It is.
Are you as excited as I feel like everybody is about Coach Spikes and her program?
Yeah, she's done a phenomenal job this year. Did a really good job of getting the kids just bought into her vision and what she expects and expectations. And it's always, change is tough, and especially that program because they've experienced a lot of change over the last 2 to 3 years. And but they did a really good job of just believing in her and trusting what she brought to the table, and the results showed that. So played with a lot of younger from a class standpoint.
Yeah.
Our girls, our team consisted of a lot of underclassmen, 4 seniors, and so a phenomenal year this year in her first year and what she is bringing to the table.
Something to smile about from Wyndham Family Dental, and I'm going to throw this out because I'm smiling about it. I didn't realize your state runner, I think I knew he was a senior, but I didn't know he was a first-year cross-country senior.
Yep.
He says, "Hey, Coach, I think I'd like to run."
Right.
And from the time he said that to the time he's going to state, not a lot of time passes.
Correct.
That makes me smile.
Absolutely.
That's a great story.
Very good story. And, the other part of that is, normally this banquet falls with football.
Right.
And, we brought it up a few months because Coach Spikes is expecting, and, she wanted to be a part of celebrating
Sure.
the season with the girls. And so having this night to where we could truly focus on cross country and volleyball and being able to talk about things like you just said, a lot of times when you have a bunch of sports together,
Right.
you kind of rush through the awards to get through the night.
Sure.
And this allowed us to really spend time on each individual sport and all the girls and all the boys that participated in cross country and the girls that participated in volleyball. And, so I think that's definitely something to smile about and something to be proud about as we continue to recognize our athletes and the things that they accomplished.
Yeah. Well, Coach, Merry Christmas to you. We'll talk to you again, I guess, in 2024.
Yes, sir.
In the next round of the Coach Meeks Show, right in the middle of basketball and soccer. Yeah. All right. Well,
Be
thanks.
rocking and rolling. Thank you all for being
Thanks
here.
for your
Yes,
time with us.
Yes, sir.
That
Thank
wraps
you.
it up from here. This is the volleyball banquet, the cross-country banquet here at the Stenner High School cafeteria, and we'll be coming. I don't think we have anything else really going to be broadcasting before Christmas. There's some games we wanted to do, but Christmas comes and there are plans. But we look forward to bringing the winter sports to you soon. So thanks for being here, and Merry Christmas.
The Big Red Hardware Store, Paint and Paint hardware and such like. Those were good days, but the Big Red Store has been revitalized, home and such like. Three-point shot.
It's a powering shot, baby.
Red Bulls takes it to the house. This has been a presentation of the Rough Rider broadcast team, brought to you by Watlington and Shires Productions.